We are signing an executive order aimed at reining in this out-of-control administration. The order establishes ICE-free zones. That means that city property and unwilling private businesses will no longer serve as staging grounds for these raids.
Chicago's mayor looks to ban ICE agents from city property as ICE agents continue to find themselves under attack from rioters. This after Chicago police were reportedly told not to come to their aid. But Chicago's top cop says that's not true.
Our officers were not told to stand down. Our officers were out there throughout the entire event. I would never tell our officers to stand down, because if our officers were in trouble and we needed help from other officers, I would expect those officers to step in and help us. And it's the same thing that we do on our side. When someone is in trouble, we're going to step in.
Well, let's bring in John Hoyt. He's the National Fraternal Order of Police second vice president. John, thanks so much for joining the program. Now, the superintendent, that may be true from his perspective, but when it comes to the commander of the patrol, this is the audio that we heard. Let's play it.
So the chief of patrol, clear everybody up. We're not responding over there.
And again, per the chief of patrol, we have all the units that per 999. Chief of Patrol said all units clear out from there. We're not sending anybody over to that location.
So, of course, there was pushback because we all know in law enforcement, you hear 1033, 1013, you show up to help cops.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you for playing that. It's important that the public knows the reality. You know, I appreciate the superintendent's words. That's what he should be saying. But clearly there's some form of disconnect if his command staff is giving orders not to respond to help our brothers and sisters in federal law enforcement. And quite frankly, as police, whoever it is that calls us for help, we can't be selective in who we decide to help, whether it's another law enforcement agency or the public. You know, our ethos is helping people. That's what we do as law enforcement. And as someone who's been in a situation where you need to call for help as you're getting surrounded and overrun, you know, I question whoever that commander was that gave that order, how much time they spent on the street as opposed to studying for promotion, because quite frankly, completely unacceptable to ever give that order.
I mean, it's like the cardinal rule in law enforcement. You don't leave another cop stranded. I don't know how this person keeps their job. I mean, part of the job, the most deadliest part of the job is traffic stop, patrolling. So are you hearing the same thing on the ground from your Chicago cops that are part of the national union?
100%. I mean, they released a statement immediately. They were 100% against the order that was given, and they called the command staff out for that. That, listen, our officers on the street, Chicago as well, we swear an oath to the Constitution. That's what our oath is to, not to some mayor's political agenda and political policy. You know, again, we are out there to help people, whether it's the community or other law enforcement officers. When we are asked for help, we respond. And, you know, I have a lot of faith in my brothers and sisters in Chicago, and I know that maybe they were given that order, but they're not going to let someone get surrounded and get hurt. And quite frankly, the chances of an officer getting killed in that situation are high. So I know they did the right thing.
Likewise, brother. I want to get your comments on this other story. The Washington Post is reporting that some rank and file D.C. police have accused supervisors of downplaying, the serious crime to make their precincts seem safer, as critics call on President Trump's use of the National Guard. What do you make of this? Apparently, they were telling them to low grade some of these serious offenses.
Yeah, you know, once again, like in Chicago, it gets very dangerous when you let political agendas influence law enforcement policy and management. Listen, the cop on the street is doing the job the right way. They're writing up the reports accurately. When you let a Democrat agenda affect how people are grading policing and grading what crime classifications are out there, it becomes very dangerous because, one, a department needs to be transparent with its community about the struggles and the successes. And number two, the department's then going to improperly allocate resources of the department depending on those crime statistics. So then when you alter them to fit your agenda, your department's not going to be fulfilling their mission the proper way.
It's such a good point, especially after the defund measures. Of course, crime was going to skyrocket, and then they want to fudge the numbers. It's just all terrible for the people on the ground. Sir, thanks so much for joining the program. Thank you for your service to the country.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.